What's up, guys? Spin Firearms here, and we are back with a new firearm review, first impressions, first shots, and all that. The Taurus blank, right? Drop in the comments what you think this firearm is going to be. As you can tell, it is a small box. I already have a GX4, so it's not going to be a GX4. It's going to be something that still fits the theme of the channel, pocket carry, subcompacts, micro compacts, and so on. Awesome firearm. Can't wait to get into it. It's already been shot. Only 25 rounds because that's all I had on me at the time. Let's take a look. You're going to say, oh, only 25 rounds? Well, yeah, it's because it was left over for my LCP Max chambered at 380. The Taurus Spectrum. Now, right away, I'm sure you guys are looking at it and like, there's a lot of weird features on that. It looks sort of weird. It looks cool, and all that. One thing I want to point out just to start, Miami, Florida. That's where this firearm has been made. So this is American made since the beginning of its, basically since it came out, right? On top of that, let's make sure it's clear. It is clear. I safety check all the time before videos, right? Metgar mags, made in Italy. The best of the best mags are made by Metgar. This is probably one of the best decisions Taurus ever made, was outsourcing for their magazines. This helps reliability in ways you can't even imagine. Having a good magazine like this, good quality magazine. Awesome that Taurus is doing that. Keep it up, Taurus. Now, I know a lot of people are automatically going to be out. They're going to say, oh, pocket pistol, don't want it. Chamber in 380, don't want it. A Taurus firearm, don't want it. Budget firearm, don't want it. But this is honestly a good firearm if you're on a budget and you need something, a pocket pistol for deep concealment, walking to the mailbox, walking your dog, going to the park, playing outside, that whole sort of thing. It's just an awesome firearm to have. So 7+1 in this setup. 6+1 with the flush mag. A lot of people are going to say, oh, it's in 380. It's not going to have enough stopping power. Guys, hitting anybody with anything is definitely going to hurt, and it's definitely going to cause some problems for that person, right? And basically, chamber in 380 being a pocket pistol, this is going to be an up-close and personal firearm. Chances are the person who's attacking you or someone else is already up on you, close nearby, because that's the only time you should carry a pocket pistol. Obviously, there are going to be certain circumstances where you have to carry a pocket pistol, but chances are it's your main guns out of the fight, it's your backup pistol, or it's just something on a light day, and you need to let it go. That's what this is for. Notice these sights. You can't change them out, can't swap them, and they're all blacked out. So you're going to say, oh, you can't put night sights on it? Done. Guys, like I said, up close and personal, you're not going to be using sights with something like this, right? The other thing you're going to notice is no front serrations or forward serrations. Everyone's going to go, oh my gosh, I can't use it then. Guys, you don't need those. They're not necessary, especially if you don't have an optic on this firearm. I know you're going to say press checks, but you can press check from multiple ways. But, that's just something you don't need. That's marketing, that's advertising that gets the people. Now, rear serrations, sort of weird as well. It's the same texturing as this grip. Now, it may look rubbery and soft, but it's super soft, super comfortable, but it's not slippery. It's like a textured rubber that really holds your hand on there and actually is really nice for fighting recoil, as well as this pinky extension. Your pinky fits right in there like a glove. You get about 2.5 fingers on the firearm, and it actually feels pretty good, pretty ergonomic. I'm actually very surprised by the firearm. Very cool texturing. Gonna keep your hand comfortable shooting a snappy 380 pocket pistol over and over at the range. It's definitely going to help with comfort, and I'm sure a lot of people will like shooting this thing, as I did. Now, of course, this firearm has been safety checked, like I said. Let's get into the trigger after we get into these serrations. Do they work? They work just fine. They're very grippy. Now, this part is slippery, right? All this is very slippery until you get into here. Now, there's like this little stop right here, like little wings. Very easy spot to rack that slide. No problems with that. And with the full magazine, putting one in the chamber, reloading the mag, zero issues with tightness, nothing like that. What I will say is to, when the slide locks back, you do got to relieve a little pressure while pulling down on this. That's just how the firearm was made. If it's on an empty mag, that your slide stop doesn't really work as well, right? And takedown, I'm going to assume, is similar to the GX4. I haven't started yet. But look at that thing up close and personal. It actually looks really cool. It looks sort of like futuristic in a way. Actually really like it. And it handles recoil very well. I mean, look at the texturing, that rubber texturing all the way to the back. It covers everywhere your hands are going to be. Everywhere your hands are touching, it's going to have that texturing, which is really nice. Now we're going to get into the part which will probably lose another 10% of you guys, the trigger. It's a double action only trigger. A pocket pistol, there's nothing wrong with having a double action trigger on there, as long as it's clean and smooth, which this one is smooth. They say it's about 7 to 9 pounds. There's no way this thing is 9 pounds. It's probably about 7 pounds. And when you're shooting it, it probably drops to around 6, 6.5 when you're actively shooting it. Now the trigger may look terrible on here, but it's actually not. It's a very clean, smooth double action, right? The reset is long, but it is a pocket pistol, right? And a very good feeling trigger. It's very wide. It just fits your finger very well with that curl. A very nice trigger, and you can shoot this really well. Like, just because it's a double action trigger has nothing to do with being able to shoot it fine. It's actually a very clean, smooth double action. Very little movement. Sorry, I was doing that through the camera. But very nice, very good feel to it. A good shooter. Like I said, 25 rounds. It ran it all. It was just Remington RMC. But so far, so good. I like this thing. Very ergonomic. Like I said, long trigger. So if you're active, this is a great way to go. Budget firearm, we're just going to have to see how it holds up. That's my number one concern with budget firearms. Once you start shooting them a lot, putting a lot of wear and tear on them, how do they hold up? But this thing is made in America. That's a Taurus Spectrum.